Hello, welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. Right, let's have a look at these correspondence games then. So how's it all going? This one. Okay, really good move this. Good move because it defends the pawn. Good move because it threatens a fork. Got to get out of the fork. Can't defend that dark square. Bring the rook back. And then if they do try to play the fork, you pick up the pawn. What's white going to do? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. We're playing pretty well here, I think. Look at this. What a mess. So complicated against Gary. Such a mess. I think e4 is a move here. Is it? Knight g5 is a move. What do you do against knight g5? What does black do against knight g5? Knight h6. f4. What? What does it all mean? It's so complicated. e3. Queen a1 check. I'm not allowing this. King f2. Maybe I am. Knight g4 check. King g1. Knight h6 back. h3. Attack the rook. The rook's going to have plenty of squares. Rook c5. Mind-boggling. So the thing is, I'll need to think about it. It's very interesting to know what I'm doing. The game against Liam, I assume I'm retreating my knight and I'm claiming I've weakened black's king position, and if black takes here, I'll take with the queen, and the bishop's a little bit dead because it's got a pawn in the way. Where else would that knight ever go? No, 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 no. You're not going to take. Well, it's definitely going here, isn't it? Then if the pawn takes on b3, the queen takes. Not this again. Okay, this one, to be honest, I don't know. Oh, this is also Gary. This was a Grunfeld, wasn't it? Is it knight c6? I mean, probably knight c6, right? No, queen takes c5. Come on, get your act together. Okay, fine. Well, I think we play that. Okay, fine. I think this is good. I think we're playing bishop a3 every day of the week here, and this... Is this bishop dropping? You put the knight in the way, but you play f3. Because the point is, I just think it's bishop a3 is a good move, because this bishop, you can't castle, and I think I found a way to intensify the pin. Yeah, well, yeah, queen there and rook behind it. There'll be ways to intensify the pin. I think quite like white here. Okay, this one, I think something good's happened here. It's very complicated, but with 2 pawns up and it's a total mess. But, I mean, I don't think there'll be any, there's no games like this, but take this rook's hanging, so you've got to take. You take here, take there. Just push the pawn, can't you? Let's just guess the bishop moves here. Attack the knight. Take the knight. Takes. I don't know exactly what to do, but I think white's better here, to be honest. Still don't know what to do against Nick. He's played the... I think the book move is you take on f6, but I don't want that. I don't want to let go of that pawn, so I'm going to have an idea. Yeah, I like that central pawn. That's good. Is that everything? Is there more? I think some of the games have stopped, which is frankly a relief because there's so many on chess.com. Yeah, I think I'm waiting on a couple of people. Let's not mention any names. That's fine. And there's one I want to show you. Oh, the one I want to look at though is of course, Horde Coach. Because the thing with Horde Coach is, I really thought I'd lost last night, and I went to bed really sad because I thought I'd missed something. Here it is. So last night, what I did was said, I move the queen here, thinking that d6 was forced and I would take the pawn. But of course, d6 isn't forced. You can just play f4, and then if I took the pawn, there's a fork on d6. So it's a really clever way of indirectly defending the c7 pawn. So then I move the king back, and now the pawn is attacked. So now after the push, you take here, and now I may be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I think that black's got a chance here, because what you do is you use the king to control these three forward pawns, and then use the queen to mop up. So let's just say, I don't know what will happen. I mean, let's just say this happens. You put the king here, and then the queen. I'm sure. I'm not sure. I suspect white will still win, but I think there's still some play left in this game. And I was really upset last night because I didn't see this move. Just f4, and then the c7 pawn is indirectly defended. I'm not going to go through every single one on chess.com. I'm going to go through one game which really fascinates. Well, this guy hammered me last time, but I think I've got the upper hand here, actually, and it's important because it's in this Reti tournament where I need to win this to stay in the tournament. I think this pawn's hanging, takes, and then when they play knight f3, you just play f6 and defend it. I mean, just a pawn up. You can also play moves like queen b7, threatening a check, and threatening to take 3 times on b4, and because at the moment you can't take 3 times on b4 because of the rook. But after queen b7, you're threatening a bunch of stuff. See, I managed to lose to this guy horribly in the first round, but I think that because 2 go through, if I pull myself together, and particularly if I win, I'll have a chance of going through. And I think we've played a lot of rounds of this Reti tournament, so aren't we in the final? I think there's like 6 players left. Look, 99% complete, so much complete. Yeah, there's 6 players left. Round 6. Woof! I'm not even very good at the Reti. I mean, because all it is knight f3 on the first move, and that can basically become anything. It can become, an e4 opening. It can become all sorts of things, Pertz or Maroczy bind, or this one. I think black wins here because we take. Well, let's say the queen takes, then I think this is really good. It's winning a piece. So probably here you got to take with the pawn, sorry, and then this is still a good move. Still a good move, but perhaps not as good. I think the idea here anyway was to take, but I think the pawn's got to take. And that's fine because it's disruptive, right, to the king position. Well, is there anything else we can do except take? Oh, who knows? Probably not. The game I wanted to show you was an amazing 4-pawn attack. We won't look at every single game because there's a lot of them. But it's an amazing 4-pawn attack. And then we'll do a tactics problem because I love doing tactics problems with you guys. This is Richard Tudor. Oh, I think we win this pawn endgame because everything's locked, and then we just go like this, and then black goes in the hole, and then we go here. Then black can't push, so black runs. Then we go here. Then black has to run again. Then we push, and then we've won. Because we pass a pawn. We pass a pawn, right? Like this. And then the king sort of backs up. I mean, well, I've got this wrong. If the king went there, then you win. But even if you don't win, even if you don't exploit the fact you can go f7, if you just go here, you just take all the pawns. Well, you got the back behind the pawns. So I'm optimistic about that one. So what did I say? G5, did I? Well, that looks like a good move, doesn't it? But it's sort of counterintuitive because you create this sort of backward pawn, but it's fine. Okay, this is the one, 4-pawn attack. So we'll play it from the beginning. It's absolutely mind-boggling. So, starts with the 4-pawn, then knight bd7. Now, you're always asking yourself in the 4-pawn attack, can I play pawn to e5? And oh, this isn't going to work. You're always asking yourself, can I play pawn to e5? And I think here, okay, let me just get it to behave itself. Here, it's a good move. I mean, you could play knight f3 here, but I chose to play pawn e5, which I think is a good move. Black takes, and then this knight, you see it's hitting the knight on f6. It has to virtually go to g8, because if it goes to h5, don't you play g4, which is winning the piece? It's got to go back, and immediately you think that's a bit weird. Now, very brave, you play c5 to stop black playing c5, because c5 would undermine our pawn centre. Play c5 yourself. And I don't like making all these pawn moves. When look at White's development, White hasn't developed anything, particularly against the King's Indian. This is very dangerous to not be developed, creating all these holes in your position. But in this position, it's sound. So black plays c6, which I'm not sure is the most accurate. Bishop c4 is a beauty. I think here they sometimes play f6, and then you play things like e6, and it's a bit mad. But, you know, and then, well, f6, e6, knight somewhere, who knows where. But we play bishop c4, which looks like a great square for the bishop, attacking f7. e6 to stop all of that. But then, of course, look at the d6 square, knight e4. b5 is a sensible move, trying to hit that bishop, but White's got time to play the check, and that can't be taken. So it's a Zwickenzug or something. King here, and another Zwickenzug, queen f3. Threatening checkmate, so if you take the bishop, it's checkmate. Queen here defends the checkmate, and then bishop, this is really annoying, bishop g5, hits the queen. Queen can't take it because it's mate on f7, so this queen move wasn't great, was it? Because this bishop move, you're developing, hitting the queen, and then I think f6 is virtually only move to stay in the game, isn't it? Isn't it? Virtually. f6 is virtually the only move to stay in the game, and then you calmly retreat the bishop. After this move, you can't take on f6 because you end up worse. But what I know I can do, I've looked at this, retreat the bishop. There's no pawn takes because it's pinned against the queen and the king. Go here, and then at this point, you back off. And then what White's afraid of is this move, which seems to release all the tension. But then White's sacrificing a bishop on this square. Check. And now anything you put in the way gets taken. Oh, it doesn't, because the pawn is pinned. Oh, no, it isn't. Is it? Is it? No, the pawn is pinned. Okay, so then you just got to do long castle. Now, we're going to get the knight next move. Oh no, because the bishop's attacking the queen. We're not going to do any such thing. So hang on. Knight here, you take here. Wow. Check. So the thing is, so queen takes, we've sacked a piece. You can put the bishop in the way. That's fine. Now we do long castle. And now the bishop's falling next move. It's pretty complicated, isn't it? But I think, you know, White's taken a few liberties here because White's attacking before being fully developed, which is what you're not meant to do. But, I mean, can I take here and then when they take there? No, you cannot do that. We'll just see what happens. Take here. Got to take this way. I mean, you might be able to do this, but I don't trust it. I don't think that's right. I think what's right is just back the bishop up. Pawn here, 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 and then you just sack. Bishop here, long castle, and we're claiming that we're winning this. It's not that easy though, is it? Okay, well, I'm not sure if all that's correct, but it looks pretty correct. Should we do a puzzle? And then I'm going to go and watch the David Beckham documentary on, is it Netflix or Amazon? One of the streaming services. Okay, obviously though, I think everyone should be watching YouTube with lots of good chess. What about rook here? Is it mate next move? Is it mate next move? Why would it not be mate next move? Rook here, mate next. How do you stop it? 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 You put the knight in the way. Take the knight. That's it? Come on, guys, really? Okay. White's move. Check. Takes the knight. Okay, check here. Takes the knight. Check here is mate. Check here. Goes in the corner, mate. Check here, goes here, mate. I think it's check here, isn't it? Check here, there's nothing. Check here, goes there, mate. Everything's mate. Nothing's not mate, everything's mate. Check here, takes the knight, checkmate. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Look after yourself. See you soon.